we're going to have an international crisis, a generated crisis, to test the mettle of this guy. Now, you can see this is the big main statement that everyone is concentrating on, saying we don't need a president if our enemies are going to look at this as we're going to have to go through this major test, and they're going to test him because he's basically an untested guy. That proves that we shouldn't have Barack Obama. I agree with all those sentiments, but that's not the scary stuff that Biden said. I mean, I'm shocked and utterly amazed. Everyone thinks this is the scary part. So this is typical when you get a new president who's unexperienced. It happens to almost every president that the rest of the world will look, what can we get away with this guy? We need to test him. That's actually nothing necessarily new, although with Barack Obama, it would be major because Obama is the most untested politician to ever run for the president of the United States. But look, there's much more to these statements at this fundraiser than just that. Now, just stick with me here. Let me finish up where he's talking about this testing of Barack Obama. Basically, he's talking about military because I want to quote accurately. I'm going to read you this whole article here. I can give you at least 4 or 5 scenarios where it might originate, Biden said to the Emerald City supporters, mentioning the Middle East and Russia as possibilities. I think Biden's dead accurate when he says this. It will come from Russia and the Middle East. But let's continue on. And he's going to need help. The kind of help he's going to need is he's going to need you, not financially to help him. We're going to need you to use your influence with the community to stand with him, because it's not going to be apparent initially that it's not going to be apparent that we're right. Now, you've heard this too. Everybody's concentrated on this. But now, let's get into the part that nobody's talking about. And I can't believe it. All right? Now, he goes on to talk about the economy. Is anyone telling you that he went on to talk about the economy? Do you know that he made statements about the economy in this address? Well, I'm going to give it to you. Here it goes. Now, the article says this. Not only the next administration will have to deal with foreign affairs issues, Biden warned, but also with current economic crises. Now, here's the quotes from Biden. Gird your loins, Biden told the crowd. We're going to win with your help, God willing. We're going to win. But this is not going to be an easy ride. The next president, is going to be left with the most significant task. It's like cleaning the Augean stables. Now, the Augean stables is a folklore of Hercules having to clean out the stables, and these ox or cows or whatever are uncleanable. So what he has to do is actually reroute the rivers to clean it out. So keep that in mind. That's what the Augean stables means. It's like cleaning out the Augean stables, rerouting the rivers. What's he talking about here? The economy. You understand? Rerouting the rivers, cleaning the stables. He's talking about the economy here. Now, listen to more. This is more than, think about it, literally think about it. This is more than just a capital crisis. This is more than just markets. This is a systematic problem we have with this economy. Do you hear what he's saying? He's saying the system, the way our economy is set up, is a problem. Not that we're having an economic crisis. Understand, it's not about the current market crisis. Let me reread this so you are clear. He's even clarifying that that's not what he's saying. He says this is more than just a capital crisis. This is more than just markets. This is a systematic problem we have with this economy. He's saying the system in which our economy functions, the way America has set our system up, is flawed. There is a problem with it, and they need to change it. Why do I know he's saying they need to change it? He says it's like cleaning the Augean stables, rerouting the rivers, change the whole way in which the system of our market works. This is much more scary than the first part. You see, it's not what the media reports, folks. It's what they don't report. Nobody's examining the rest of the statements. They all got caught up with the first statement, and they don't look at what else he says. There's more, folks. There is. I know. You're shocked. You're thinking, why haven't I heard this? that he blatantly said there's a systematic problem with our economy. He's referring to the Augie and Stables as if we're going to have to change the way our fundamental markets work. All right, he switches topics a little bit again, but it's unclear exactly what he's talking about here from this article. But let me give you more of what he says. Here's a quote. I've forgotten more about foreign policy than most of my colleagues know, so I'm not being falsely humble with you. I think I can be of value added, but this guy has it. Obviously, he's talking about Barack Obama there. The Senate Foreign Relations Chairman said of Obama, this guy has it, but he's going to need your help because I promise you, you all are going to be sitting here a year from now going, now remember, his first part was about 6 months from now being tested. Now he's saying a year from now. Understand? So this is something different. A year from now going, oh my God, why are they there in the polls? Why is the polling so down? Why is this thing so tough? We're going to have to make some incredible tough decisions in the first 2 years. So I'm asking you now, be prepared to stick with us. Remember the faith you had at this point, because you're going to have to reinforce us. There's going to be a lot of you who want to go, whoa, wait a minute, yo, whoa. I don't think I know about that decision, Biden continued. Because if you think the decision is sound when they're made, which I believe you will when they're made, they're not likely to be popular as they are sound. Because if they're popular, they probably not sound. I don't know if you followed everything he said right there, but let me sum this all up. He's saying to his fundraiser colleagues that they're going to be, this is the left, he's saying, is going to be, and this is not about an enemy attack. Remember, he had switched topics about the economy. Now he's just talking about general in the decisions that they make in the first 2 years. That all these decisions in the first 2 years, his own base, he says, is probably going to say, whoa, wait a minute, what? I don't know about that decision. Because if you think the decision is sound when they're made, this is a quote from him, I believe you will when they're made. He's saying to these liberal lefties that they'll think it's sound. They're likely to be as they're not likely to be as popular as they are sound. But because they're popular, they're probably not sound. What he's saying is if the American people hate it, then it's a sound policy. If the American people like it, it's probably not a good policy. He's saying that you folks, if you like the decisions that they're making, they must be doing something wrong. But if they do decisions that gets us all up in arms and saying, whoa, wait a minute, what's going on here? Then that's a good, sound decision. That's what he's saying. It's unbelievable. Nobody's talking about this. I want you to be more understanding of what this is about. This is about changing our economy to the one world economy, which I've always been saying. What he's saying is they're going to do such drastic changes that the American people are going to be flipping out. I think this has to do with maybe changing our currency, combining. He's going to make tough decisions, hard decisions about the course of America. And that when the rest of the world, because our economy is so intertwined and these markets are having such problems, the system is broken, we're going to have to create something new. It's going to have to be huge. We're going to have to maybe change our currency into a common currency and make free trade easier. Whatever excuse they'll use, but it's all about a one world government. They don't want you to know that he's saying this. You can read it for yourself and see between the lines, because he won't get exactly specific. He'll never come out and say that, but it's obvious. If you've been paying attention to my shows lately, or the things that the media isn't reporting, and how Obama's secretly meeting with the Bilderberg Group and all these foreign money contributions to his campaign, I've got more on this. Obama is allowing illegal contributions to come into his campaign. We'll talk about that too. It's amazing.